Hello and welcome to the Baer Workshop. My name is Baer. I'm here to assemble, if I can, a model kit. I'm also here to hang out with all of you. And I'm going to start things off by throwing the Bear Cave, the Lego to the site, the Tier 2 blue emote into the chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. If you are not yet a subscriber, you can say hi. You can use other people's emotes. And if you feel like being a lurker, just go ahead and lurk. That's also okay. I am currently at 28 subscribers. The goal is to get to 30. I shut up about the number of subscribers I have when I hit 30. Lashbrook is here. Hello, Lashbrook. You may have noticed that my number went down, which means that it has now been a month since my birthday subathon when I hit 90 subscribers. This is Nick, just subscribed with Prime. That's 19 months subscription. Thank you so much, Nick. Let's throw the Bear Cave Lego site Tier 2 blue emote in chat to thank Nick for the continued support. Thank you for using your Prime Gaming token. Means a lot. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. But yeah, so number was as high as 90, then it dropped down a little bit. Now it's at 28, which is fine. It just means that I am now telling you about the numbers and how I would like them to go up. It's nice when number go up. Number doesn't have to go up, but when number goes up, oh boy, that's some good stuff. Thank you to everybody that was here on Tuesday. Tuesday was lovely. I was so happy to spend some time with y'all into that. We'll talk about that in just a moment. Tonight we are working on the Kamen Rider Skull model kit. That's right. It's a Kamen Rider who his helmet is just a skull with like a crack in it. And then also he has a fedora and he has a scarf. Hey, Lord Crashin. Yes, I like when number go up. It makes me happy. It does indeed. Main over here. Here we go. This is this Kamen Rider Skull. We are now at 29 subscribers. Thank you. This is Nick. Thank you very much for that. So we are one away from hitting our sub goal and me shutting up about that part. So you can see we got the head done. We got the chest done. We got the scarf done here. We've got one arm completely done. Most of another arm. This kit has a lot of stickers. We still have so many stickers to go. I do not think we will finish this kit tonight. I think we'll finish it on Saturday. By the end of Saturday? Halfway through Saturday? Not sure. But we will press on with this kit. Which is my, like, after the last thing I worked on, I just wanted something that was fun. Now, this is a lot of stickers, so it's still obviously work. But it's kind of fun work, in my opinion, as opposed to the somewhat slog of our last model kit. Which was not unhappy with the results, but the process was a little difficult. All right, stickers 18 and 19 are over here. We'll get them out. We're starting with stickers, Pat. Yes, we are. 18 and that's 19. So 18 is the top sticker. 19 is the bottom sticker. Nice and easy. Here we go. And then place this sticker, and then I will use the either my spudger or a toothpick, kind of hold these in line where I need them to be. These stickers are thin and annoying, but better we're doing this now than doing this at like 10:15 p.m. So I'll do it now as opposed to later. But we will be doing stickers throughout, so it's not like I can really avoid them. I did pick this kit to build, or it's an option for my patrons to choose, and they did choose this one, and I didn't feel bad about it because I've been wanting to build this for a while. That's actually an unbelievably excellent problem to have, like an unquestionably great problem. We just got raided. Thank you very much, Raiders. Welcome, Raiders. Thank you so much, Parox Boland, for the raid. We are working on the Kamen Rider Skull. Skull is the name of this Kamen Rider, and we are working on it. But yes, welcome, Raiders. Happy to have you here. Well, I don't even know what I was saying. Maybe something about stickers or I don't know. But we are applying stickers to this kit, and it'll be fine. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Yeah. Well, thank you very much. And welcome. For those that don't know me, you might not know me. I'm Pat Baer. I build model kits and Lego sets. My specialty, I guess, is Gundam kits of a wide variety. But I do stuff that's not Gundam, like this Kamen Rider Skull. This guy, we haven't built his fedora yet, but he does have a hat. He does have a scarf. That's silly and fun. He will have a briefcase at some point. He's got many, many stickers. I am by no means an expert in Kamen Rider, but I do know what I like, and I do like this Kamen Rider. I think this Kamen Rider is awesome visually. So I was excited to work on this kit. That's what I was talking about before we got raided, which, again, hello, Raiders. I have a wonderful problem of there are so many kits in my backlog that are awesome. Sometimes there's stuff in my backlog, and I'm like, look, I have Pocata's Gelgoog from G-Quux in my backlog. We already built the better of the two Gelgoogs, so it's not like my favorite kit in the world. I actually don't love a lot of G-Quux kits, but I still want to build it. It's just I'm not dying to build it like I am really looking forward to building other kits from that set. It doesn't have the same hold over me as some other kits would. So I'm like, I would like to, but I do have just legitimately a ton of excellent model kits in my backlog waiting for me to work on them. I have a kit coming in sometime in August that I pre-ordered from Premium Bandai. I got a notification that that's coming up. Oh, actually, it's shipping in August, I should say. Let me double check that. Yes. It's shipping in August from California, to me here in South Carolina. So it'll take a few days. But I'm going to build the D Gundam first, which is a cool looking kit that I'm excited to put together. Speaking of which, let's just get it out of the way. Hey, there's a new Gundam series coming out next year. If you can believe it, they're doing another Gundam show. And that Gundam series is called, let me look for the title here. That Gundam series is called the RG Alex Zero is the name of the show. RG Alex Zero. So what show or series particular model from doesn't look like Super Gundam. So this is a Kamen Rider. This is Skull from one of the Kamen Rider shows. The exact specific one I do not know, but this is a Kamen Rider person that we are building today. But yeah, we'll kind of briefly just chat a little bit about what we know about this new series that is coming out next year for the world of Gundam. It is spelled RGXARX-0, but apparently the first X is silent, and the ARX is pronounced Alex. So it is the RG Alex 0. Now, oh, this is the wrong piece. That's my problem here. Now, you probably know this. You probably are aware that RG is already a term in Gundam. RG stands for real grade. This is not a non-grade, but some model kits are high grade. So I'll put it in the chat what the title is presented in English letters. It is presented as this. This is what it's going to look like. The RG Alex Zero is going to be the RG Alex Zero is the name of the show. I keep saying the because I'm acting like I talk about a model kit. Now, is it bonkers to call a show with letters that you use in your builds? Yes. Yes. No, yeah, it's Alex Zero. And Alex Zero is the name of the show. And yes, they announced high grades, but they didn't announce any real grades because the RG doesn't stand for real grade. This is a cross promotion with, it'll be the same universe 100 years before, 100 years before the story of the video game, which I have not played and I know nothing about. I cannot tell you anything about the video game. I can only tell you that it is, apparently this anime is loosely in the same world, but 100 years earlier, like less than 100, whatever. This sticker does not want to stick, and that is being very frustrating to me, the guy that would like this sticker to stick. I mean, I don't have to do it. I could just say, oh yeah, that sticker didn't work, and move on with my day, but I'm going to try to get this sticker on. Yeah, it just does not want to stick. This sticker does not want to do its thing. Go on here and see if I can get to that way. So there was a trailer today at San Diego Comic-Con. There was a trailer for it. It is very computer generated Gundams, as they've done in the past several series. It is let's see. Kenji Kamiyama, who is directing it. I would describe him as more of a traditional director than some of the last choices they've had, because obviously G-Quux was a big swing. That was a crazy swing, and this one is seemingly less of a big swing. Although this one does involve aliens, apparently, which is why the main the main Gundam has like an asymmetrical arm and looks kind of fucking weird. All right, we're gonna say no to this sticker. The sticker is not cooperating. It's fine. It'll be okay to just have one less sticker on the hand. I'm okay with that, if it means that we can move on with this build. Because yeah, that sticker just does not want to cooperate with me, which is okay. It doesn't have to cooperate. It can choose to be a jerk. I might come back to it. I put it aside, so I might do it on my own time. All right, let's get a little marker on this. So they had a trailer. It's out there. Kamiyama is directing. You know him from Ghost in the Shell standalone complex. He did one of the Star Wars Visions chapters. And he's in charge of the scripts, and the world building is being helped out with To Enjo, who is also done some stuff for Ghost in the Shell and Godzilla Singularity Point, which was excellent. So that is the team that's bringing you this. We are back to a male protagonist after a 2 series with a female protagonist, which were being supposedly written at the same time. Supposedly both those shows, G-Quux and Witcher Mercury, were being produced or scripted out at the same time, and it was a coincidence. That's what we're led to believe. Who knows? But I'm still, interested in seeing what comes of a new Gundam show. I think the new Gundam looks pretty cool. It's asymmetrical. One of the arms and legs has bandages on it. It's got a cape, and one of its arms looks like a monster arm. It looks... How do I say this? If someone tells you, oh yeah, like in 15 years, if someone says, oh yeah, when I was getting into anime, my favorite Gundam was the Zero Gundam, the Alex Zero. That's my favorite Gundam. You'll be able to tell a lot about that person. And in most cases, you'll be saying like, oh, okay, yeah, all right. You liked a little bit of a grim, dark, cool, like eye patch kind of a character. All right, yeah, okay, yeah, because it's very chunin, to borrow a Japanese word. I'm like, okay, all right. Like, again, nothing wrong with that. I say this from experience. I say this I say this as the man who will tell you that my favorite Gundam is the Death Scythe. So I speak from experience. I am talking to you from a safe place of experience, that while I look at this design and go, it's a little much, someone else is going to be looking at this design and say, holy shit, I love Gundam. This is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. This is my thing now. Like, and that's awesome. Because again, I felt that way about the Death Scythe, which is obviously a very silly model kit. It's got a big beam scythe, and the person who pilots it wears like a collar, a priest collar, even though he's a teenager, because it's ironic. Don't you know? Because he's the Shinigami, so it's funny that he's wearing that. It's like, okay. Like, at that point, it's just like, yeah, okay. So, like, I totally get someone seeing this thing with its, let's see, oh, yes. Thank you, Anime News Network. Thank you very much, Anime News Network, for including an image that is a JPEG, so I can save it and then open it on here, and I do not have to convert that file into some kind of nonsense in order to look at it. Hell yeah. I don't have to use image conversion. Look at this goddamn thing. Let's make it big over here. Look at this thing. That's a Gundam for somebody that thinks there's darkness inside of them. Straps, weird arm, cape. This is a goddamn the most anime Gundam. Yeah, this is a capital A anime ass Gundam. I have no evidence of this. I would not be surprised if this Gundam has like a steel sword. You know? It's got a katana, and you're like, why does it have a katana? I don't know, but it's pretty great. That's the new Gundam. Yes. 100%. This is the kind of Gundam that anime music videos of the like rap rock persuasion will be playing. So yeah, it's coming out next year. Any other news I can tell you? Oh, the main character's name is Rei Azumi, and that is, why are we naming another character in the Gundam universe Rei? Like, that to me feels, more than any announcement, that's the one that feels the most on the nose and the most like, really? That's what we're doing here? Okay, sure. I don't know. That one was one I was like, yeah, all right, well, that's fine. It'll be fun. Oh yeah, I should mention the designer of the Gundams is yeah, Shimizu. Shimizu, who created the 2011 Ultraman manga that Kamiyama adapted into anime. So that's gonna be pretty cool. And one of the people that brought you the Demon Slayer soundtrack is making the music. Go Shina. My apologies. Go Shina working on the music. That, yeah, I should have been able to notice that from the trailer music. I should have been able to recognize that, and that's on me for not. But okay, yeah, that's That's a good endorsement. Yeah, that's going to be good. That's going to be a good one, everybody. B11 and B16 to finish this hand here. The closed fists. We'll have to use open fists because there'll be stuff that this character needs to hold, so. Oh, wait, there's also the finger point. Maybe we should do the finger point. Yeah, let's do the finger point hand instead of the closed fist hand. That's a better hand. We'll do that, but we'll put on the closed fist. Knuckles. And then we can move on to one of the legs. And then move on to the other leg. This kit requires, does have a lot of stickers, does not have a lot of need for me to use my markers to accent anything because it is mostly a black on black kit, which is fine and good. Totally okay with that. So this is the closed fist, but we have the option of putting on the hand that is pointing, which I think is great. So, is that the right knuckles for that? Oh, that's not the right knuckle. Oh, no, it is. Okay. Yeah, it is right. Okay. So we will swap out the closed fist with the finger point. So we can do that. Yeah. Excellent. Very good. I wanted to thank everybody that joined me on Tuesday for Pat Baer's anime, or not Pat Baer, what am I saying? For 404ing it. I'm just saying things that have my name attached to it in the wrong order. But yeah, thank you everybody that joined me for 404ing it, breaking down the internet, the return of a thing that I did for many years as a one-person stream. I was very happy to do it. I think it turned out good. I had a good time. I've had positive feedback from people. People have been checking out the YouTube video. I have no idea if anyone's watched the archive.org version, but that will be going forward the one to watch. Oh, I should actually include that, shouldn't I? I gotta put those links. I gotta mention them on the stream here so people can find them. The 404ing it YouTube archive does have the link to the in the show description. It has a link to the archive.org version because unfortunately, one of the segments I put up, we showed some of a performance of a Eurovision song from Eurovision, and the Eurovision committee doesn't even want pennies that I would be otherwise making on that video. Instead, they just want that video to not exist. So I had to clip that part out, which I did. I did clip that out. So that got clipped out and is now not on the YouTube version, but it is on the archive.org version, which is the full version and shouldn't need to get edited in any way, shape, or form. I don't imagine. It should be fine. So I'll include both those links later. But yeah, thanks to everybody that came out for that. That was nice. We had a few people in chat I don't see all that often, so that's always cool when people stop by that we don't see too often. And the vibes were good. I have no plans to do it in the immediate future, but I do have plans to do it again someday. That particular stream I had fun doing, so I will do it again. And next time I do it, I might even have a guest on. Maybe I can figure that out and have a guest on. That would be nice. But it was fun to do. It's fun to have people on and a good time doing that thing. Okay, put that there. Put that there. All right, we're working on our leg here. Should be pretty simple. Putting this together. Putting this together. Oh, I should say an update for my ongoing saga ? I think saga is the wrong word for it. I now have 2 matching monitors that I'm pointing at over here. I have two monitors that are working together to make it so that I can see what I'm doing, and they look fantastic. Tater Brain Pod, all I can tell you, I don't know if I can make this any clearer. I am not familiar with anything about this kit other than it's the Skull is the name of the character, and it's from Kamen Rider. I don't watch Kamen Rider, and I can't tell you anything more than what I have told you, and I'm sorry that I'm getting mad about this, but I can't answer any questions you have about this kit at all. I don't have any answers for you. It is from a Kamen Rider show, and the character is called Skull. That's all I have for you. It has a fedora, and it's got a skull helmet, and I think it looks awesome. And that's all I have. That's all the information I have for you. Sorry. So that is all I have for you. The name of the series is Kamen Rider. There are many shows in Kamen Rider. There are many different kinds of Kamen Rider characters, and for the many eras of the show, and one of those characters at some point in its run of many, many seasons of live action martial arts and motorcycle riding and transforming is a character named Skull. And I only know him because of his fedora, and so when I saw this kit for a decent price, I bought it because I wanted to make this model kit. But yeah, that is unfortunately all I can tell you about this. And beyond that, I can say that yes, I have. Yeah, it's not from an anime. Kamen Rider is a long-running Japanese live-action show. It is similar in some aspects to Sentai, which is known in the U.S. as Power Rangers, Super Sentai. Kamen Rider is similar in that it is people in suits fighting monsters and such, or Ultraman, but Kamen Rider long-running series, and Skull is one of the characters from that. So yeah, I bought computer monitors, got my new computer monitors. You may remember, folks, here the other day I was talking about how one of them died on me, and so I bought a replacement, and then I put the replacement one next to my old other monitor that was working and went, nope, can't do this. And so I bought another copy of it. So now I have two monitors that are both the same, that are 110 hertz refresh rate and use DisplayPort cables, and they look really goddamn nice. Is there a downside to these beautiful monitors, Pat? There is one there are two downsides. One was very silly. I was playing Fallout 4, which I do from time to time. I have a heavily modded version of Fallout 4 that I enjoy. I've showed it on stream before, but I like to play Fallout 4 now and again and do some silly, goofy stuff with all of the mods that I have and cheats and all of that. So I loaded up the game, and then I was unaware of this. Apparently, because I haven't had a good monitor since I've been playing that game, frame rate is attached. The frame rate you're playing at of your monitor is attached to movement in the world in Fallout 4. So having 110 hertz monitor means that you're moving almost twice as fast, which is crazy. So I had to go into NVIDIA. I have NVIDIA. I went to NVIDIA and clicked on Fallout 4 and then limited the frame rate to 60 FPS. And by limiting it to 60, it fixed that problem, which I have not had before on my previous monitors, which are like over 10 years old and have been fine for what I needed, but clearly was not prepared for that. I don't expect to run into that problem with other games. That was a silly one. The other issue that I found out is there's no noticeable like power on and off like light, like an LED that lets you know that, oh, hey, you gotta it's on or it's off. They're either on or they're off, right? There is a little LED on the bottom of the very thin bezel. On the bottom of it, there's a little tiny LED that I didn't see at first. I only saw it when I got the first monitor and I went to sleep. I put my computer to sleep so that I could go to sleep. And when I put my computer to sleep, apparently when the monitor is in sleep and not turned off, it flashes a very bright blue light that when I went to sleep, I was like, what the fuck? What is fucking happening right now? So now there is a little bit of black tape on both of my monitors. So when the monitors go to sleep, I don't see a flashing LED that is very bright, which I don't know why they exist. I don't know what they'd be good for other than making me mad. They seem to exist only to make me mad. So I was it's just like a small amount, but there are going to be two of them. So now they're covered up and problem is solved for now. But I was very confused why that was a thing that I had to deal with at all. All right, we got our leg in here. Our knees moving. That's good. Laura Crashington says, I remember Fallout 4 having an issue with my 75 FPS monitor where it would be limited to 38 frames or half of its max potential, which caused me to stick to 60. I hadn't heard about that number being over 60 meant that it was capping. It was like, that's weird too. Yeah, Fallout 4, like all Fallout games, came in hot and didn't ever get fully fixed. There are still bugs from the next gen update that came out around the time of the TV show, the second season of the TV show. They did an update for Fallout 4. They put a few new things in it that kind of reference the show, and a few other things got added, and more support for like mods on the PC on the other versions, the PlayStation and Xbox versions, which was all good stuff. But there are a couple bugs that are now new bugs because of that have not been fixed. And now, who knows if they ever will be. It might never be fixed. But yeah, so new monitors are looking great. I am thrilled. I am still using my old monitor stand, which allows me to have this this camera here is attached to that stand at the center, so it is not attached to either of my monitors, which I prefer personally. I much prefer that method, so I'm very happy with that. And then yeah, it's all working pretty good. I'm still like kind of adjusting. I'm like looking at people's settings. I had to like turn the high refresh rate on the monitors, and then also I had to turn it on in display on Windows 11. So I'm like looking up like what they lock in for their best settings. But goddamn, some HBO Max stuff looks real nice on my new monitors, so that's nice. And Netflix looks real nice streaming that stuff. It's looking real good, so yeah, pretty pleased. Yes, Roller Crashes, I believe the anniversary update helped it somewhat, but not enough. All right, hey, we got most of a leg done here. Most of our leg is done. We didn't do the waist. I'll say this. I don't like that. I don't like when the kit build order goes from like arms to legs and skips over the waist. So now when I'm done with this leg, I don't have anywhere to plug it into. I could skip ahead, of course, but I do like to do order operations. I am generally happy to do that over other things. God, we got to do more stickers here, huh? All right. Well, of course we do, right? That's the whole point of this thing is. Now we got to do the leg stickers, which we could, of course, skip. I don't have to. I don't have to do them. I'm gonna, but I don't have to. It's kind of giving me the guide here of this is going to be like this. That I'm going to fit this on. Yeah, it's going to go on like that when it's done, but we'll do it like this here. And then 21 and 20. Let's see. Yes. So 21 is this sticker here. And then we just kind of gives you the guide here. Start applying stickers first. Yeah, they're like, hey, you want to do the sticker before you put it on there. Favorite Fallout. 4 was very fun, but my heart goes with 2. New Vegas. My favorite Fallout is New Vegas, hands down. I just think that I really like the story. I think while one of the DLCs is annoying, all the rest are incredible. Big Empty is just unbelievable sci-fi storytelling. I mean, also, like, Big Empty has the voice work of James Urbaniak, and that just makes me happy. Also, Rob Corddry being an annoying character, being an annoying stand-up, that's real good. Like, that's just unbelievable. Great companions in New Vegas. Yeah, it's just really fun. Like, of course, also, if I'm going to talk voice actors, then Felicia Day does a fantastic job, and Dave Foley is so fucking fun. Dave Foley is so good that I found myself doing doing that route, and I don't even like the outcomes of that route, but it's more fun to talk to that zany reprogrammed robot. It's just a good time that I'm like, I'll do this one, even though I don't like the outcomes of that. Yeah, it's just a good time. Helping out the followers of the apocalypse and trying to make them a thing again. Like, the Kings, God. The idea that some wastelanders found a bunch of Elvis Presley like costumes and books about Elvis Presley or holotapes about Elvis Presley, and we're like, oh, this guy sounds fucking awesome. All right. We're gonna dedicate our lives to like living up to the potential of this man. Such a good fucking bit. Is it a technical mess? Of course it is. It was a very rushed Fallout game made by a studio that didn't make Fallout games. It's a kind of a goddamn mess, but really good. Really, really good. So yeah. Easy answer is New Vegas. Second favorite is probably 3. Probably 3. It's probably my second favorite, which is not a lot of people's favorite, but I just think that game is very hard, but to me it's unbelievably rewarding. Good character work. Good times in there. Also good DLC. I think that's the big problem with, in my opinion, one of the big problems with 4 is that I think Nuka World is only really fun if you want to... Nuka World is only fun for some players. And it's the best of the DLC, because I think that I think the water one, the wharf one, isn't good and it's not fun to play at all. And then the Mechanist just makes the regular game worse. because it adds in annoying robots to fight. The Rust Devils and are just annoying to have to fucking deal with in your regular playthrough of the game. So it's just like, yeah, I don't know. It's like there's one that, like, if I'm playing a nasty ass character, because if I'm playing a good guy, I don't want to be in charge of a bunch of raiders, and then I have to kill all of them, and it's a pain in the fucking ass to kill all of them. It's like, eh. But I do like the you know, I do like both the Minutemen and I like the Railroad as factions. I think they're both very good, strong, good guy factions to belong to. And I like a lot of the companions. Companions, I think, are strong in 4. And not just, and I'm not saying that just because there is a character named Strong, who I think is pretty fun. Continuing the trend of, in Fallout, of, oh, also, there's just like, there are like 4 or 5 scattered across the entire United States, post-apocalyptic United States, like 4 or 5 big monsters that will hang out with you. They're just like a couple super mutants out there that will be chill for various reasons. It's like, okay, sure. Oh, there's another decent enough you can communicate with super mutant is going to hang out. Like, sure, okay. All right. Let's put this leg on here, or foot on, and then we are done with a whole leg. We finished the whole goddamn leg here. So get this on there. Yeah. Yeah. We did it. Leg. Wait. I put the leg on backwards. The foot. I put the foot on backwards, everybody. I was like, wait, that's wrong. Some gaming news and such. Let's see. 1047 Games is doing a round of layoffs. This is the people that made Splitgate and Impulse. Impulse is their newest game. They laid off staff just like a month after the last one came out. We don't know the exact number here. The director of QA, a community team, the associate art director. This is then now the a year after they left, they laid off staff and shut down the first version of the original Splitgate, so that they could start working on the sequel, working harder on the sequel. Because remember, Splitgate 2, people were just like, why isn't this more Splitgate? And what do you mean we can't play Splitgate anymore? It was a fucking mess. Because the first Splitgate did really well. But yeah, we don't know how many people have been laid off here. Vermilion Studios also had some layoffs. They laid off 19 people and are pretty sure that they are going to be shutting down the studio completely. They made a game called Crystal Theater of Idols, which I'll be honest, have never heard of. Blumhouse Games published it. But yeah, they laid off everybody, and they're probably going to shut it down. This is a Spanish studio. So they have started the process that you have to do, because in Spain, you have to go through legal proceedings when you lay off staff like this, when you're laying off or suspending contracts. So they have to go through all of that process. They were founded in 2020. They had been embraced. And then, yeah, now they're pretty much done, it looks like. They were for a time part of the Embracer group. All right, let's work on the other leg while we continue the news stories, and maybe I have a couple news stories that are not just about closures, but when those come up, we do bring them up because it is good to be informed about stuff, even if it is, in many instances, a bummer. Hey, did you know that on Steam, up until very recently, you could not gift games. Sorry, let me pull back here. Cross-region gifting and guest purchases has been here. So apparently, because exchange rates and all that, if a game, let's say you had a friend in a different region of the world, and you wanted to gift that friend a copy of a game, but they were paying more than you would pay for the game, apparently that didn't work before. So, like, in this example, Final Fantasy 13 is cheaper in is cheaper in one place than another country, and then when you go to gift it them, it gives you the price tag for that region, which before Steam was unable to do. This is a small thing that probably doesn't affect a huge number of users, but is one of those things that is just like, that sounds awesome. I'm glad people worked on that. I'm glad they figured it out. So now you can gift and get over that weird thing that no one probably anticipated and Steam didn't think about when they made their systems. No, yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, there was no way to, apparently, the way the system was set up, if a game costs more in another region, you couldn't pay, which makes sense. Steam didn't allow for you to get charged more for a game than you pay in your own region. But that meant you couldn't buy it because otherwise you just couldn't buy it for another region because you were then losing out on the money or somebody was losing out on money that way, right? Due to exchange rates and stuff like that. So, like, it is a good thing that it's there, even if it does sound like, I bet that's a fucking nightmare to figure out. It probably doesn't affect that many people. Let's see. And then also, again, this double dose of stuff that Valve has put out here. They're revamping wish lists to make it easier for you to manage your lists so you can filter games. So if you want to, like, by category or something like that, or like, you can have a filter for your Steam wish list that's just games that are on your wish list that are also on sale, which is again a pretty nice little feature. And then you can also now right now I have when games go for purchase, and also when they games on my wish list become available again for purchase, or when they go on sale, when they're discounted, I have notifications sent to me, but you can adjust those notifications. So also, like, if a game on your wish list has a demo, you can get a notification saying, hey, this game has a demo, which you couldn't before, and that's cool. That's useful. Also, if a game goes out of early access, if you were like, I don't feel like supporting this in early access, but I want to see when it goes 1.0, you can now get a notification when the game goes 1.0. These are, in my estimation, my opinion, all good things from Steam. These are all good new things. Thank you for the bits. I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chatting. We'll do, you did cheer, so we'll hit the bit button. Cha-ching. Thank you very much. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. And yeah, thanks for stopping by. Let's see. What else we got to do here? What else can we talk about here? We got a couple minutes left. let's see. Xbox. The old I need a way to mass delete games from my wish list. Yeah, Lord Crashington. I don't think there's something like that right now, but I understand. I understand that can be a frustrating element. 36 and 35. Xbox is trying something. They're experimenting. Free cloud gaming with ads. You watch some ads, you get an hour of a game. Up to 2 minutes worth of ads in exchange for an hour of gaming on the cloud-based thing. This is a test, apparently limited test with Xbox Insiders for ad-supported free game streaming with select titles. Ads will play before the game session starts and will not interrupt gameplay. Up to 2 minutes worth of ads. And then, of course, if your hour is up, you can watch more ads to continue with another hour. I guess this is this a better way to try out a game than, say, watching, playing a demo? No. If the game doesn't have a demo, watching a stream, watch someone play it, you don't really get to feel it that way. If it's a game that works well with, how do you know that it works well with cloud? Like in the cloud, there's something to be said for it. Like, I am certainly not a proponent. Like, I'm not out here standing the idea of more ad-based, things, more ad tiers. Free is the right price for something like that. I think if it would cost money, that would be insane. It's not for me. I can imagine somebody that it's for out there doing their thing. Again, not your friend Pat, but like somebody being real keen for that shit. I don't know. Couldn't be me. I don't know. I don't know about that one. I guess, yeah, like I said, trying something out. Apparently they've been doing this, they've been looking at this for like a year. They've been talking about doing this. Yeah, I don't know. We don't know what the ads are going to be. We'll probably hear more about the limited testing as it goes on. I'm sure there'll be more people talking about it as we get closer to that becoming a reality. My general feeling on that was like, of all of the Xbox stuff, it's like, to me, the least like fuck off Xbox. So, sure. I get. Yeah, I don't know. My general thought is like, I guess. Okay. Again, I wouldn't use it, but there's somebody out there that is a godsend for, so. Like I said, if a game doesn't have a demo, might be a fun way to try out that game. Now, why can't I figure out this leg? And there it is. Could not get that leg to sit right, and now it does. And now I have to apply more stickers, which is okay. We're going to get some stickers on this, and then we'll take a pause for the cause. I'll talk about ways you can support the channel if you're interested in doing that. Again, obviously optional things. But I want to do these stickers first because they are going to be annoying to do after. And then when we get after the pause for the cause, we'll talk about some goddamn anime. Cool anime stuff. Oh, I realized there's other stickers that go on this that I didn't do. Shit, there were other stickers that go on the top of it. Oh, okay. I even missed some stickers. God damn it. Really goofed. Oh well. I missed these other tiny stickers that go on the other parts of that, but I'm okay with missing those. Honestly. Pretty okay with that. Doesn't bum me out too much. We'll talk about on Saturday. We'll go through the AEW pay-per-view card for Redemption. A couple of matches got added. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 6-man ladder match, and the winner of that will be the AEW International Champion #1 contender, and they will take on the winner in the future, the winner of Kyle Fletcher versus Bandito. We don't know who will win that. But that is a match that is happening there with Jack Perry, Beast Mortos, Commander, Speedball Mike Bailey, and then there are 2 qualifying matches on Collision. Yes, Collision already got taped, and yes, the results are already out there, but I will keep that under my hat until Sunday and just talk about that during the stream. Wario mustache stickers. Yeah, a little bit. And then there's a chain match between Jay White and Juice Robinson versus David Finlay and Clark Connors. That is a dog chain match. I don't really give a shit about that myself, but that got added to the show. A lot of the matches that are on Redemption feel very much like they would be main events of TV shows. Like Mark Davis versus Andrade for the national championship. Painmaker Chris Jericho versus Tommaso Ciampa. That's a main event of a Dynamite. Kyle Fletcher versus Bandito. That's a fucking TV match. Like the Death Riders, Jon Moxley and Will Ospreay versus the Young Bucks. That's a main event of a TV match. Also, I hate that Jon Moxley does not need to be involved. They did not need to write Jon Moxley to be the third character in the Kenny Omega Will Ospreay saga. We did not need this. Yes, it's weird that they set up Mox and Ospreay versus the Bucks after announcing the match, and even then, I just still don't care. Yeah. I mean, like, it's one of those things where it's like, the Bucks really want, like, they want to write the Bucks to be in a match at All In, and you don't need to do anything to put them in that match. I think they're going to lose. Like, Will Ospreay should not be losing before All In. So, like, what are we doing here? Like, I guess the idea is that, like, Moxley loses and then it makes Will think, like, oh, did I make the right choice? But, like, we already know that we already know the answer to that. And it's just like, okay. Or they do win and it's just like, yeah, well, then the Bucks still get into a big match at All In because they're the Young Bucks. It's like, okay, all right. I don't know. What are we doing here? Kyle O'Reilly better get a goddamn match. I'll say that. Every other Canadian, other than, Evil Uno, almost every other Canadian has a match on the card. We gotta get him on there. We can. Why don't the trios champions have a match set up? Like, what's going on with the trios? Anyway, we'll do the waist next, and then after the waist, we'll be body complete. Then we can start working on the hat. And then the gun, the mode change weapon, and then the briefcase and the stand. And I do not think we will finish this kit tonight, but I think we will finish it on Saturday, and then we will start the next build on Saturday as well, which I'm excited about because there's a fucking story to to that kit. The next kit we'll be working on has a fucking story to it. There is a tale associated with the G-Self with Perfect Pack from Gundam Age, which I will not spoil the story, but there is a fucking story to be told to that. But before we can do that, though, we need to talk. I need to talk to you about ways you can support the channel. What I'm doing here. I gotta drink a sip of water. Give me a second. Let me roll my chair in a little forward here. Get settled. Get ready to talk to you about ways that you can support the channel and what I do here. This is the Pause for the Cause. This is my opportunity to talk to you directly about ways you can support the channel. You are under no obligation to do any of these things. I don't expect any of these things, but if you would like to support me, you'd be more than welcome to. First and foremost, if you are currently a subscriber to the Baer Workshop, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe, the Tier 2 blue emote into the chat. Being a subscriber is the easiest way to support what I do here through Cash Money or your Prime Gaming token. If you have Amazon Prime, you can link it with your Twitch. And you can use that token to support me if you'd like, much as This Is Nick did earlier. So thank you, Nick, for that. I am currently at, boom, 29 subscribers. The goal is to get to 30. I shut up about the number of subscribers I have when I hit 30. So if you would like me to get to that big 30, well, you could support me that way if you wanted to. It's optional, of course. You don't have to do it. But if you wanted to, you could. There are other ways to support me financially, of course, but that's the easiest one because you're already here on Twitch. I have a Patreon at patreon.com/PatBaer. Over my Patreon, there's a $1, $3, $5, and $10 tier. There are different rewards for the different tiers. Consider joining me on Patreon if you wanted to. You could. You could join me on Patreon. I have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/PatBaer. Over on the YouTube channel, you can, of course, subscribe for free, but if you would like to become a member, it's just $2 a month, and you get my Wednesday videos on Tuesday. So the video that I put out yesterday, you would have seen on Tuesday. You wouldn't have to wait till Wednesday to see that video. So consider it. Consider joining me on over there. Let's see, all those things. Those are all monthly ways to support me. If you just want to throw something in the tip jar, I have a Ko-Fi and a PayPal, and you can make a direct donation to either of those things. Again, you don't have to. Everything I make through direct donations through YouTube, which includes AdSense. So if you're watching my videos, that helps me out too. Through Patreon and through Twitch, all goes into a fund, and from that fund, I pull money out to buy model kits and Lego sets. And, you know, I bought this because of your generosity. I saw it on sale and said, yes, I want to build the Skull Man, the Kamen Rider Skull Man. I want to put this together. And I was able to do so. Past you helped out present me. If you would like to help out future me, a way to help out the future is to go and support me in any way like that, so that I can keep buying and building model kits. As mentioned, I have a backlog of stuff, and I also know what I'm building next because my $10 patrons voted on what I work on next. If you have a thought on what I should build, and you want to skip the queue, you want the thing that you want me to build to be the next thing that I build, well, the way to do that is to go to my Amazon wish list and buy it, because anything bought off my wish list jumps the queue and becomes the next thing I work on. So once I finish a kit, if I have something that came in from the wish list, that becomes the next thing I build. I have model kits and Lego sets, inexpensive kits, expensive things that are on sale, things that are never on sale. Some Lego stuff right now is on sale on my wish list, so there's some things there. There is a ship from the Mandalorian and Grogu, the Razor Crest, that looks fucking cool, and that's on sale. Or that's a good price right now. It's not on sale. It's a good price. But yeah, I got model kits and Lego sets and gear, different things and things. If you want to buy something to support me, those are ways to do it. You could do that if you wanted to. Optional, of course. My alternative to Amazon, because it's nice to have alternatives, I have a wish list on Throne. And my Throne wish list has a bunch of model kits, some of which are also on my Amazon list, some which aren't. So you can take a look at that if you wanted to support me that way. And if you want to support me financially, and it needs to be complicated, if that's what you love, if that's what you like to do there, go to USA Gundam Store and buy a gift card. They will send you an email with a gift card code. Then you can send me a whisper here on Twitch or a private message on Blue Sky or Mastodon with that gift card code, and then I will use that gift card code to buy something from USA Gundam Store. That is a way to help me out if you wanted to. If you don't want to, don't worry about it. You don't have to. Thumbs up. Let's see. If you want to support me financially and not or without being financial, you want to support me, you can always go to my Discord. I post build photos at the end of every stream. People post stuff they're working on. We had a discussion today about the new Gundam show. It's a nice little place. It's a fun little corner of the internet for you to go hang out with. I have some video links for you to check out. I brought back my seminal work, 404ing it, breaking down the internet. I have an archive on YouTube and also on archive.org, so you can check the links there to either of those. If you want to see the full version, it's on archive.org. The YouTube currently only has one thing edited out of it, which is nice. And then Pat Baer's Anime Club is my video series where I talk about anime. My most recent video is my 10 favorite anime from the first half of 2026. There's one comment on that video where someone says, well, the only one you missed is this show. And they listed a show that is airing right now. And it's what did not come out in the first half of 2026. And I was like, okay, I guess you missed the point of the video. But anyway, I would love to hear from you in the comments on that video, what some of your favorite shows, if my top 10 doesn't include anything that you would have put on that list, or if you haven't seen some stuff that I included. There will be more anime, obviously. That's not my top 10 list for the year. Pretty sure there'll be some changes to that. That was hard. That was a hard list to make. And then finally, Kuma Baer is my weekly anime recommendation series where every week I recommend something, some anime that I think is great. And this week I am recommending one of my favorite shows from the spring season, which is, of course, Marriage Toxin. I forgot for a second. I got confused by Lord Crashington's good joke. Marriage Toxin. Actually, honestly, one of my favorite shows from this year so far. It was my biggest surprise of the spring 2026 season because I knew the action would be good. I'd heard good things about it. I didn't know how funny and charming it would be. It is a lovely series about a guy who doesn't necessarily believe that he is marriage material, but still has to try to find a wife and has many fights with other assassin guilds along the way, assassin families, as he attempts to do his job and also find someone that could fall in love with him. Why the need for that and not just an arrangement? He's just a good dude, just trying to do right. Lorca says, you're also missing the new Dragon Ball series that'll be out in a couple years. Yes, my top 10 of the first half of 2026 doesn't include a show that has not aired yet. And that's a mistake on my part. Thank you for correcting me, Lord Crashton. You're right. All right, so that's enough about that. We're going to talk about some anime that I've been watching. New episodes of episode 4 and 3 of the Oblivious Saint Can't Contain Her Power and the Forsaken Saintess and Her Foodie Roadtrip in Another World are two Saintess shows, are two Kicked shows that I'm very excited about. Only one's an isekai, if you can believe it. Before I talk about those, I do need to drink some water, and we need to dramatically change back to the overhead camera so we can continue to work on this kit and get body complete on this thing. And we'll do that right now. There. Some reason I was not seated right here on this chair. It was not rolled in far enough, and therefore, because of that, I was leaning forward too much, and I could feel my back hurting because doing that for an hour is not great when you are in your mid-40s. Mid to late 40s. 46 is mid-40s. I got another... I don't know. Is 40... You know what? I don't have to think about if 47 is mid-40s or late 40s. I have almost a full year. I have 11 months to figure that out. I don't need to know that till June 23rd, 2027, if 47 is middle or late 40s. So I'm not going to think about that right now. I am going to talk about anime. Because nothing says 46 like talking about anime. There's an annoying person in my life. Not me, a different person that is annoying. Who a casual acquaintance, and I in my head I assumed this person was in their 20s, and turned out they are my age, and I was like, oh no, am I like that? We are similar in some ways, but as far as I can tell, we are also different in others. But one way is they also watch a lot of anime, but they watch like, I watch stuff that is cozy and probably not great, but I don't watch stuff that is terrible trash. Rarely do I watch things that I think are bad, like actively bad. The Oblivious Saint Can't Contain Her Power and the Forsaken Saintess and her Foodie Roadtrip in Another World are both fine. I wouldn't say you should go out of your way to watch either of them. I would say if you have a HIDIVE subscription, you should watch the Forsaken Saintess and her Foodie Roadtrip in Another World, because there's not a lot of stuff on HIDIVE right now, new stuff anyway. And so if you're paying for HIDIVE, you should watch anything that's even remotely good. If you have Crunchyroll, there are a lot of shows you could watch that are, let's say, fucking definitely better than Oblivious Saint Can't Contain Her Power. But I still like the show, so we will talk about the show. Episode 4. Our main character, our girl, Carolina, she basically got forced to go to another country and marry the prince there, and she was like, fuck. But turns out there were bad rumors about him being an asshole, and those rumors are because there is a struggle for the throne. And so people have said bad rumors about him. Turns out, this is a great dude. And also, she doesn't really believe in herself and her abilities. She's the real Saintess, and her sister has always kind of known in the back of her mind that she was not as good as her. So things are going good for our main character, and her sister, who banished her, things are not going good for her, and they will seemingly get worse and worse, which is great, because she sucks. So she's got to have a downfall. But our girl, the wedding is happening. Her dad can't attend it because it is in another country. And I guess diplomatically they couldn't make it work. So Edward, the second prince, he changes the traditions so that he and Carolina can walk down the aisles together, because there's no one to walk her down. Carolina moves into the Emerald Palace because, you know, they're not going to be in the main thing, because she's the crown princess, you know, or not crown princess, the second princess. They go off on their honeymoon. They're going to a mansion. They have their attendants with them. Apparently, Count Kissinger is the father of Marissa, who is acting as the assistant for everybody. And apparently, Marissa, who left under difficult terms. She's not thrilled about going back there, which is understandable, and we hope that she does kind of figure out what she needs to do to make that work out. And Theodore also has issues there because originally he was engaged to Marissa's older sister, Marielle, but Marielle is a crazy person and was like stalkerish and kind of deranged, and so he broke it off, and that has led to obviously a lot of conflicts when you break off an arranged marriage and all of that, and politically it was a nightmare. And then so he later became engaged to Marissa instead to kind of smooth things over, and also they're a much better match, and it just made more sense. But of course that doesn't sit well with the crazy older sister, of course. Because they're not married yet, they're still engaged, which gives Mariella the chance to fake a report about a monster attack so that Edward and Theodore go away, and so that Mariella can try to convince or demand or threaten Marissa into breaking off the engagement. And then Carolina defends her friend, one of her only compatriots in this foreign land, who's been very good to her. So that leads to Marielle insulting Carolina, and then also insulting the second prince of the country. Basically, just like, you're a bumpkin married to a beast. Like, you don't talk to me. And then, of course, also she did fake that report to send them away, which is really stupid, because you just don't lie. You don't try to trick a prince of your kingdom that you're in. Because that leads to Marissa slapping Marielle, and then Edward being like ready to fucking have her executed for treason. Because she lied to a knight. She lied to the Knight Order about a monster attack. And then she also insulted a prince and princess of the kingdom. So then Count Kissinger, like, wants to or not, I can't tell you if he was psyched about this or not, but the only way he can save face is, and also spare her life, is to banish her to a monastery. So if you thought, oh, okay, so here's a antagonist, like a minor antagonist for this series. Nope, taking care of episode 4. Maybe deal with her more later, but right now she is basically been dealt with because she fucked up really bad, really foolishly, almost like she shouldn't have done any of that, and she should have known better. But we don't know. Marissa is really thankful that Carolina supported her and also, had her back, and she's not a confrontational person, so it was like, it took a lot for her to stand up for her friend, because that's not the thing she normally does, or stand up for herself or anyone, really. Let's see. And then we cut back to Carolina's sister, Flora, whose powers are waning even more because she doesn't have holy powers. She was just siphoning them off from Carolina unknowingly, and she's thinking in her mind, she has convinced herself that Carolina has done this to her, that Carolina is responsible for her weakened power instead of the reality. And then it looks like Carolina is going to retake her magic aptitude test, because apparently those aptitude tests, when you take as a child, like, have like a lot of false positives, and there's a such thing as a late bloomer, but the kingdom she's from hasn't really come to acknowledge that or understand it. So So yeah, it seems very clear that our girl Carolina does have magical ability. She was the real Saintess. It's just that her younger sister was just absorbing all of her power. And now she can't do that because they're not in the same area. Because they fucked up and sent her away. They goofed real fucking bad. All right, so what we're building right now is part of the belt. This is an important element of a Kamen Rider kit. We're gonna have a belt on here. It's black. It's hard to see, but there's gonna be a belt thing on here. It's gonna be this thing, and there's gonna be a card that goes into it, and then like you slap the card in. This changes depending on the show, but you slap the card in, and then that allows you to transform, and you can do Hessian, and you become, your Kamen Rider gear appears, and it's very cool. Believe me, it's very cool. This does require, unfortunately, a bunch of stickers to apply, which I knew was coming. But I do need to apply a bunch of these fairly small stickers. We need I need 13. Which is this sticker here. Right. $13 is this sticker here. All right, let me get this very tiny sticker on, and then I will go over my notes for the Forsaken Saintess and her Foodie road trip in another world. I can tell you, while I'm getting this tiny sticker on, I can tell you, actually move this on over here a little bit. Move it a little bit. Brightens up the proceedings a little bit there. I can tell you, while I apply this tiny sticker, this show is about a girl that is she is summoned. And there are 2 people summoned where there should only be 1. And so they assume that the young 15, like the teenager, is the person who should be, was supposed to be summoned. And that our girl is, because they don't understand what her power does, they have no concept of what an RV is. They're like, oh, you're the person that's here by mistake. Get the fuck out of here. So they banish her. Turns out she's got this cool RV camper van that can be completely invisible when she needs to be invisible, and doesn't run out of food. It can store as much stuff and can move around, and doesn't need gasoline or anything like that. All right, I need stickers. Let's see. I need stickers 8 and 10. So let's find 8 and 10 on here. Because yeah, it's so bright that it's hard for me to see. So that's 8 is this one. 8 is this one here. And then where's sticker 10? 10 is the little dot there. Okay. Sorry, these are very small. And my overhead lighting is my best chance at having something that I can see what's going on and you can see what's going on. So it's very important to have it. But it also means that it's very bright, and like a sticker pack like this that is very reflective means that sometimes it's hard for me to see what's going on. All right, so I have done these kind of things before. So it basically goes on like this. Just goes on right there. Instead of it being multiple pieces of small plastic, they just do a big sticker. And then there is sticker 10. Anyway, our main character, Rin, she basically meets a demon man, an Oni, who seems very nice, and they definitely have chemistry, and they are definitely flirting, but they don't really know it. He's part of a adventuring party named Smorgasbord, and they're basically like, Rin, we want to hire you to cook our meals because you're incredible at meal prep. And also now we can travel in your vehicle, and that's safe. And you're fucking, that's incredible. And she's just like, oh yeah, okay. She doesn't know anybody in this world, so them wanting to travel with her makes her very happy, and it is a excellent partnership. Okay, so we got one of our parts of our belt done. That goes on the side there. And then there is another thing that we don't have. There's another thing on this kit that is optional that we don't have to attach, so we're not going to attach it. But then there's another thing that has to go on the other side of it, which is G2. And G2 has a sticker, has 2 stickers that we need to apply, which are stickers 14 and 16. So we'll apply sticker 14 and 16 to G2, which is the other part of the belt. So we'll do that. Episode 3 is our girl Rin kind of getting settled into life, and kind of figuring out what it means to be part of an adventure party, which is basically just like feeding people and supporting her friends and occasionally having cute moments with the guy she likes. They go to the beach to get some food and also some stuff to collect things. They run into a werecat who was part of a party that they rescued in a previous episode where they fought a fire bear, which is exactly what you think it is. It's just a big bear that also is on fire. They fought that, and they saved somebody who was just like, hey, thank you all so much for your helping. Because everybody made it back. Rin gives him some cookies, and that makes everybody jealous. So then Rin is like, fine, I'll make more cookies. And we'll go to the beach and have cookies at the beach. So they ride in the camper van, which is nicknamed Campy, which is a good nickname. Let's see. Sorry, I have to make sure this is number 16. Oops. God damn it. Entering my passcode for some reason was really annoying there. Yep, that's number 16. Great. I did it. Figured it out, gang. Sticker 16 goes along. Where does this go, though? This goes on there. Oh, this goes around it. Oh, okay. Like this? Yes. Okay. And then this goes like this. Okay, so that goes like that. This goes like that. And that's the... Now I can panel line the parts of this, and we can be body complete on this kit, and then start working on the hat. Finally, we can work on the hat once I've done panel lining this. Hell yeah. Okay, yeah, so they go to the beach. They make lunch, and they catch some stuff for her to cook. There's a lot of this episode is her cooking. That is what this show is. If you do not like seeing someone with modern Japanese sensibilities cooking food in a fantasy world, this is not the show for you, because that is a large part of this fucking show, and it's great. Aria, who is the other lady in the party, she and Rin are getting along really well, which is nice. That does make her husband jealous, though, but that's a goofy. That's played for laughs. That is not going to be a storyline. A elf shows up and is asking for assistance because there is an orca stranded on the beach. And luckily, this orca is able to telepathically talk with Rin and explains that the orca was trying to pull a prank on the elf group and then got stuck, so the prank backfired terribly and needs help, which is hilarious. And it's like, hey, if you can help me, I'll promise I'll give you a reward. And they're like, okay. They make some, Ed, the wizard, makes some, like, water cubes, like, to keep the orca cool and moist. They get the idea that they're going to make a moat. Like, they'll basically just, like, dig a way for water to rush in and the orca to, like, get out of there when necessary. And so they're planning to do that. And then this big octopus monster shows up, which is named Baby Plop. That is the name of this kind of monster, which is really dumb in a way that I very much enjoy. So they're like, shit, we got to fight Baby Plop. You know, I think I'm missing something here. I think I'm missing armor on the chest. Sorry to interrupt my own talking, but now that I look at this, I'm like, wait, this seems off. Once I put this thing together, I realized, like, I completely forgot a step. There is a step here in the in this armor that I didn't put on. Okay. So this piece here, I did this step. I didn't put the side armor on. Yeah, this piece and this piece. Okay. That makes a lot of sense as, like, why this didn't look quite right. And it wasn't right because it was wrong. And then I need B239. Okay. So yeah. Luckily I noticed before I did even more of this kit wrong, but it happens sometimes. You know, I'm not perfect. I can mess up. I'm not infallible. I am a fallible fellow. Sometimes I goof. But luckily I noticed that, hey, this isn't right. And so I can do that now. And I can do that now. And that's how this kit's supposed to look. Hell yeah. We're body complete on this, and it's finally time. There's more to this kit, certainly. But it's finally time to build the goddamn hat. It's hat time. Okay, so choose one, cut it cleanly, choose one or the other. All right, so we got a hat that has a little bit of a bend on it, or okay, so we got two hats here. We can build one or the other, and I want your feedback, friends. Please let me know if we want the hat that has a little cut in it, like it's got some battle damage, which I assume is significant in the show, or if we want the hat that has no damage to it. So these are the two pieces there. You can see there's some battle damage, and there's some not battle damage. And we need to figure out which one we're going to use. So please let me know what you think, which one you prefer. I lean towards battle damage, but I don't know. I might have enough pieces to do two hats. I gotta see. So yeah, let me know which one you want, what you want to see there. Battle damage or no battle damage. Oh, okay. It looks like I can't actually build two. Streamer's choice for me. Okay. I think I want to build the one with slight battle damage to it because I think that's better. But we'll see. We'll see if anybody else has any strong opinions one way or to other. And while I'm doing this, I'll keep talking about this anime. Barely noticed the damage until you mentioned it. Yes, it's slight. It's slight. But there is some damage. Some amount of damage to this thing. Okay, so this has to go out first. Let's go like this. We'll do the one with battle damage. And then we gotta get that on right. And then this has to go on right. And then we'll do a little bit of panel lining on it, which is great. Yeah, so we'll go with the damage one, and then we'll... okay, yeah, so... they're fighting this baby plop. And because it's after the orca. And so they're like, well, no, we're not going to let that happen. Rin can see the weak point of it because of her food-related skills. She knows the weak points of monsters, which seems like ridiculous, but like, sure, that's a ridiculous thing to have. Like, that feels like an extraordinary cheat, and of course she's got cheats, but yeah, that's a cheat. So they do attack it into the eyes, and that allows them to get the orca back into the ocean. And not only do they get the plop parts, but also the orca rewards them with a bunch of sea creatures they can cook. Hooray! That's awesome. Everybody wins. Rin also gets a necklace from the orca, and that will come in handy in the future, I imagine. I didn't get that far enough in the manga to know, but I imagine that'll come in handy in the future. That night, Rin cooks up the sea creatures. They have a big feast. Everybody's happy about it. And then we have a cliffhanger of some sort of cave and the monster inside of it. Uh-oh, what will come of that? Who knows? Who can say? I'm really digging this show. Obviously, it's not for everybody, but I think it's really fun. Oops. I think it's a really charming series, so I've been a big fan of it. That, again, is the Forsaken Saintess and her Foodie road trip in another world, which I think is fun. All right. You can put this on. Wait. There is some way that this... Supposedly, this will stay on. Let me see if the other one does. The other one do it? Oh yeah, the other one does better. Oh man, do I have to do the battle damage one? This one should. Oh, there. Okay, there it is. All right, the hat is on. Our kit has a scarf and a hat. This is a stupid model kit that I'm really enjoying. It has different hands. We can build a different hand there. C40 and G8. So let's look at the other hands here. G8 is... Oh, the other finger pointing. It's Lashbrook. Once I got it on, that thing does not want to come off. It was annoying to get it on, but once it's on, to line it up perfectly, so it does require a little bit of a finesse to get that hat to get on the right spot. But now it is on. That shit's not coming off, so that's excellent. And of course, you could take it off and have it hold in hand and all that. We do want to build the hand that can hold things, so we do want C. We want 9 here. We want G9. And I don't know what the other half of G9 is. It must be this one here. Because we do eventually have a gun that we will need to have our kit hold, so... Nope, that's the wrong piece. I'm going to look ahead. I'm going to look ahead for the hand, the thing that fits with G9 here. Okay, so that's G9 and C36. Okay. I had the wrong piece out. This will be the hand that we put the gun on. When we build the gun, which I think might be next. And then we will be completing this kit. Yeah, that's the piece I need there. Then. Yeah, okay. So that's the hand there to hold the weapon. So we'll pop in there. Maybe it'll hold the briefcase. We do have to build a briefcase. We can work on the weapon here. We got some time left in the stream. We'll work on the weapon, and then... oh, okay. So... G22... This hat... So if we want to hold the hat, we take this piece off, and we replace it with this piece, which has a slot in it to hold in the hand. And there's a hand that is built perfectly to hold the hat. But I'm never going to have the hat off the head because the hat is perfect on the head. We could put the hat in the briefcase, but I'd rather hold the briefcase in one hand. Figure out what hand it wants to hold. Yeah, and you can put the thing there. That holds all the bullshit. Maybe you won't hold the briefcase. It's going to hold the weapon, the mode change weapon, and the other hand will point with a finger, and then the briefcase will just be at the foot. What if hat on hat? Yes, I mean, you know, I could take this other hat piece and put it on top of that. I can't build a full second hat, though. I can either do the slightly damaged hat or the no damage hat or the hat that you can hold in your hand, which is a different top. But I could do that as well, but that doesn't really work. And I could take these pieces together, but again, I don't have the ribbon. They only give me one ribbon. And they should have made it so you could have two different hats fully, but they didn't do that. They just did the hat versions you can do. We'll have the... sorry. We'll have all that together here. Move my light here a little bit more. This thing I've been trying to adjust right because I'm trying to make it so I'm not so washed out when I have this light on. And that seems fucking impossible to figure out a way to do that. To be very bright here, but also not on me seems to be what I really need is I need it to be pointed at a reflector and then just brighten everything up. But that is apparently beyond my means. Okay, so this gun that I want to build next has so many goddamn stickers on it. I don't want to do that. The briefcase obviously is all stickers as well. So let's just build the stand because the stand doesn't require me to build any stickers. So we'll work on that. And then on Saturday, yes, Lashbrook, you can only build... It gave me options. You can build a hat you can hold in the hand. You can build a hat you can put on the head. You can build a hat that has some battle damage. You can build a hat that has no battle damage. You can't build two hats. Let's work on the stand because that's something that does not require me to have stickers because everything else requires a lot of stickers and I just do not have the... I do not have that in me right now for what's really only a few minutes left of the stream. So we'll just build the stand. And then we can... On Saturday, I will finish off the briefcase and the gun. And then I will call this thing built. And then I will start working on another kit. And I'll tell the very weird story of... what the fuck happened to this kit and why I got it for $15. Which was, in hindsight, probably too much money. But I did pay $15 for it. So we'll see how that works out. A5 and A6. A6 is over here. I do like a clear stand, so that's fun. There's A6. Here's A5. I am a fan of the clear stand. Okay, so A5 is here. A3 goes into that. That's that part there. That goes in like then A6 goes like this. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so that goes like that. This, like this. And then I need C. Then I need C37. C37 is over here. I would have found out now that I had missed that back piece because I would go plug this in and not be able to find where it plugged into. So, good timing. I figured that shit out. That piece goes in there, and then this goes like this. And now our kit's on a stand. See right there. Pointing at you. Saying what's up. Hanging out on a stand. Can get some martial arts in there. Big kick. Karate. Doing some karate fighting. Having a good time. Indeed, Akito. Making it happen. This is a good stand. I think this is a great little stand. I'm happy to have it. We'll say that's done. We're done with that piece there. So on Saturday's stream, we will build the briefcase. We will build the gun, and then we will be done with this whole damn thing. This whole thing. The attaché case or briefcase and the gun. Take it off its stand here now. I'll just put the stand next to it so that you can see that it does have a stand. Yeah, this kit will be done on Saturday. Then we will start the G Perfect. I'll show you what that looks like. The Perfect Pack for the G Self from go there. G Self. There. Baer. The Gundam G Self with Perfect Pack. This kit, which is fucking cool looking. That's the next thing I'm working on. Which again I bought for $15 and is which is a very good deal for a model kit. Asterisk, which we will get into the full story of that kit. But thank you all so much for hanging out with me tonight. I hope you had a good time. I had a great time. I was happy to build and do silly stuff with y'all and talk about things and things. We are going to end tonight's stream with a raid. That is, again, how we end every stream here. We always end with a raid. We're going to go find somebody doing cool stuff and go spend some time with them, which I encourage you to do as well. If you want to come along on this raid, that would be cool. Let's see who is streaming right now on a Thursday that we can go hang out with. And see what they're up to. Let's see. Members of Giant Bomb are on a road trip right now. They have been streaming for an hour. I do not know how much longer they will be streaming their road trip or how the quality will be, but let's go hang out there. We don't raid Giant Bomb ever. They don't stream this at this time of night. So that's fun. Let's go raid Giant Bomb. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. I hope you will come back on Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern as I continue to work on this model kit. This is a silly fucking fun thing that I'm happy to be working on. And I hope you will come hang out with me as I continue to work on it. I will see you on the next one. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.